I've done a couple of days of some hard training, and I like to try to find balance both in my own life and in my teachings. Specifically, when I started creating my self defense studio, I knew that I wanted to incorporate more literature and lessons from different places, different authors, and while I don't get paid to say any of these things, there are indeed a number of books with very important lessons in them. The one I'd like to share with you today was given to me by my mother, I believe last Christmas. What's ironic, the more that I read, the more I find that spirit of martial arts, honor, integrity, discipline, morality, is actually prevalent through a lot of literature. Some martial arts books are not martial arts books at all, but do indeed coincide with the ideology of many of the things that we teach. This one is called Loving Self, Freeing Others. Relating from Choice, Not Need by Linda Louise Shepard. Again, not being paid to say it, but it is a good book. I'd like to share with you an excerpt from the book. Ironically, Chapter 1, Coming of Age, begins with an excerpt from another book. The greatest need of a soul is to achieve that loving of self which will bring about the unity wherein the judgments that have caused such pain are eliminated. An excerpt from Emmanuel's book, A Guide for Living Comfortably in the Cosmos, compiled by Pat Rodrest and Judith Stanton. I actually have not read that one yet, so I think I will be picking it up next. However, in Chapter 1, Coming of Age, for some time now, I have wanted to write a book that will address the fear that lurks in the hearts and minds of so many people. From the moment we come onto this earth, we will be haunted by it to a greater or lesser degree, depending on the amount of security, support, encouragement, or guidance we are given throughout our formative years. As adults, this fear will often color our behavior and actions to such an extent that there will be times when we find ourselves making moves that take our lives in directions we would not always have chosen if we had felt some measure of security, i.e., if we had felt there was a choice. The fear I am describing of that, of loneliness. It seems appropriate to address this issue now. We are at a period in our history where so many of our support structures are being eroded. Aspects of our society which may have given us a degree of identity or security at one time are no longer reliable. Extended families with their solid roots and stable foundations have given way to a shifting nuclear families and thence to a shifting of broken families. The handing down through the generations of businesses and apprenticeships is very rare these days. Young people are often thrown into the world of work and commerce with very little guidance or preparation. Older people are often thrown out of their job prematurely, having built up a wealth of skills and experience. Nobody quite knows when the Axeman cometh. With the advent of the information superhighways, even the limited social support and sense of identity that the world of work may have once provided will be greatly reduced as machines, computers, telecommunications plug us all into a system. In one sense, we have never had such an opportunity to link up with all the people of the world simultaneously. In another sense, we have got to recognize the price to pay for this technical magic is the prospect of more alienation from the collective consciousness that has spawned humanity. At one time, I had done a video series, maybe 6 months ago, on meditation, and I think I would like to do the next series of guided meditations as it pertains to martial arts, and specifically from the notions therein. Like many of you, I often find myself scrolling through and looking at the different videos made by different people, and I began setting a timer so that I would be cognizant of the amount of time spent doing so. But I am a very big fan of meditation, and I feel fortunate that it is directly compatible with martial arts, and in fact, many years, decades ago, it used to be common practice that the two went hand in hand. As far as that particular book, it's a very good read if you do get a chance, and I certainly hope that for my followers, especially the younger ones, will remember physical, tangible books and how important they are to our society. Have a good evening.